We live.
Yo, yo.
It's the DanYo&Tita podcast.
We in the house.
I believe it's episode 42. But I could
42,
be lying.
42.
I could be lying.
Hey, that would have been dope if it had been 43. But 42 is still great.
Right.
Hell yeah.
To be on here, man.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Tita.
Aisha.
I'm Dip to the lean.
I had to get you right, Tita. Say it again, Tita. Aisha.
Tita.
Aisha.
I'm Dip to the lean.
Yeah. We got a special guest, and he listening live too right now. Special guest on the phone. You on the phone? It's my man VanMichael's in the building, channel 43.
Yo.
Yo. VanMichael. Yeah.
You want the gunshot?
Give all that.
Gotta hit him up, man.
Tell John Blaze we got them horns too.
Shout out John Blaze, man.
Yeah, John Blaze, man.
John Blaze.
Yeah. How's it going, boss? How you doing, man? Thank you for coming in early in the morning.
Man, you know,
Yeah, we appreciate you,
I'm
dog.
an early guy, man. I'm always up early. If you ever want to catch me, it's in the morning time.
Most definitely,
sure.
most definitely.
That's
you got
that's
the
when the
camera
hustles
out here
go.
recording.
Later on, I might be asleep, might be into something, man. But yeah, morning time, man. But yeah, I'm definitely glad to be on the show, man.
Most definitely.
I keep telling you, I love what you guys do.
Oh, I appreciate you,
I always
man.
watch y'all show. You know what I mean? I love what y'all growing into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love seeing that. You know what I mean?
Definitely appreciate you,
having
man.
me on the show. It just growing and expanding.
Man, we all grown, eh? We all, everybody's growing.
Yeah.
I remember I hit you back in, what was it, September, get you on here, so do some network with you and everything. So
Yep.
if, took some time, but we got you in here.
Yeah, man. That's what we gotta do. We gotta all stick together, man.
Man, I love what you're doing. I
Hey.
definitely know what you're doing. I was just thinking about it over after we had contacted with each other, and I was just thinking about like Arizona hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? And, you had your Expo magazine.
Yeah.
Remember that joint?
Yeah,
Expo
man.
magazine?
Yeah.
You was on. You had a cover on
I
there.
was on the front cover.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave in there, man. But yeah, Expos magazine was big back in the
Yeah,
day.
it's crazy. It was crazy. I was trying to get on there. I could.
Right.
I was like, man.
So I had to pull some strings and make some things happen. Back then on the Expos magazine. A lot of cats embraced it, but some cats didn't like it.
They didn't like
They're like, man, why VanMichael on the front cover? How did he get a front cover? What the, you know what I mean? So it's just from networking, putting in work and knowing some of the right people.
Most definitely.
And then of course I knew the owner too. So
Yeah. He's a good dude. He was a good dude. I talked to him.
and he liked what I've always been about, man. So much respect to him too. So
Yeah. And then we had also shout out to Chief and them. They had the Inner City magazine.
oh yeah,
Inner City was popping. You know what I'm saying?
definitely I got much respect for that guy, man.
Yep.
And every time we see each other, we're very similar and alike.
Yeah, definitely.
Same wavelength.
Yeah, shout out to Marlon and Chief over there.
Yeah, Marlon and Chief, man. I love
And
them
now,
guys,
and
man.
then we got the class. I want to hold this right here. Let the people know. Go to me real quick.
Exclusive.
Where the camera at? Channel 43 right there.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in
That
peace,
is
Trap.
dope, man.
This is
Rest in
smooth
peace.
butter right here, man.
Man, it's so dope,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
It's so dope.
It was only right though, man.
Channel
I felt
43.
like I felt like we had to do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That
Yeah.
man did so much for the
Right,
community,
right.
And represented and stood as a very significant pillar. And then on a personal note, Trap really did a lot
Yeah.
for me on a personal note.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of people might look like, what you mean? I mean, I got introduced to him by Chris Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Yeah.
Chris Wynn.
Shout out Chris Wynn.
Chris Wynn, he does a lot of behind the scenes to make a lot of stuff happen. And I got to meet Trap. And from the time that I met Trap, he inspired me. And the man talked to me and said some stuff to me. And I don't even think he knew it. I think his just energy being him.
Right.
Yeah.
But it really resonated with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I took that. And that's part of the reason why you see Channel 43 and Sing TV.
Right.
He was the first person that I really interviewed. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like on a major level.
Right.
Yeah, I seen that interview. That was
And the
dope
man
too. It was crazy.
he never acted big on me, never charged me, told me
Yeah.
the time and place. And when he came, man, he opened up so much, even brought Dove Fuego with him, and they
Yeah.
brought Bottle and everything else as we were developing Channel 43 TV. So, and he believed in the vision that I
Right,
had, you know
right.
what I mean? And told me some words to myself that I run with to this day. So, rest in heaven to Trap. It's only right to have the special edition magazine.
Bro,
If you
definitely.
guys ain't got it, man,
Get it. Stop
hit
playing.
us up, get a copy of that. But shout out
Definitely,
to
man.
Trap House, man.
Yeah,
Much love and respect.
yeah. Rest in peace, Dre. Sometimes I don't think he knew that he was the way that he talked was inspiring people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Definitely.
He was just being himself.
Yeah,
Right.
I had a lot of conversations with Trap. I believe I had one of his last interviews when I was at the Lyricist Lounge. I think it was his last interview we did. over
Yeah.
there. So, and I didn't even know. I didn't know what was going on. I was telling him, complimenting him. You know what I'm saying? I was
Right,
like, man, you
right.
looking good, Trap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know he was sick and all that stuff till he announced it. But yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely missed. His presence definitely missed.
Definitely, man.
In the city.
Definitely. I miss his post. I miss his
His energy,
intelligence and
his
energy
funny,
he's putting out there. And,
all the time, man.
Intelligence,
Definitely.
all of that, man.
Yeah,
so,
man.
You know, that's dope that you did that right there for Trap.
Yeah, have
this-
to, man.
this
Shout out
dope, man.
TBF, and any chance we get to shout out TBF and Trap House and what he represented, we're gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And if anybody kind of like, man, why 43s? All cause we have to, man.
We have to keep that
That
name
man
alive.
believed
Man.
in my vision. I believe in his vision,
Yeah.
and it's all Arizona, man. So that's what
and he represented the city to the last day.
Exactly.
So and
Most
that's what everything's about.
so many different levels as a father, as a representative. Much love and respect to that guy.
Definitely.
If y'all got kids right now, cover the kids' eyes because I'm about to show some booty. But you know,
Kids and
look
seeing
at
much worse now.
Which issue was this one?
That's issue number 2.
Issue number 2. This is official tissue, y'all. This ain't no joke, man. Come on.
Right.
Look at that.
That's
It's
got
official tissue.
That's got Tyra on
Some
the front
cakes.
cover. Shout out
Who's
to
it?
her, Tyra.
Tyra?
Yeah, happy birthday to her. Her birthday was like a day or two ago, so happy birthday, Tyra.
Tyra Cakes.
Tyra
Is that a
Cakes?
middle name?
You know, Tita, my wife. You don't get me in trouble. You don't get gunshots at me.
So shout out to her to take the front cover. You know
Right.
what
He
I mean?
said you be getting on him.
we really enjoyed
Whatever. Don't start, Daniel.
I can lick it, but don't touch.
I know you like all type cakes.
There's the 8 foot,
Little Daddy
8
Cakes,
foot, 6 feet.
6 feet, 8 feet.
Most definitely. So
Velvet Cakes.
you said this was
Okay.
your slogan: #1 network for positive hip hop and urban culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
we felt like it was a void missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me growing up here as an artist,
Right.
and seeing some of the outlets, you get to the point where you make this music and you do shows, but you feel like you start to run out of outlets.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is before, you know what I mean, things started to get major. And I just felt like creating that platform myself, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because being an artist, you get frustrated. How can I
Yeah.
get it out there? How can
Definitely.
I relate to the people and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's tough.
And, you know, you tend to create from the most weirdest places.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. I'm honest about my life at the age I am. I was in jail when I thought of Channel 43 in St.
Really?
Louis.
Wow.
damn. That's see.
You know what
But
I
you
mean?
think you're down, but you think about the
God
future.
puts you in certain places to really get your mind to tune into what you're supposed to be here for.
Right.
And
Yeah.
some of the stuff you were doing before really ain't what you're supposed to be doing.
Facts,
Yeah,
facts.
that's real, man.
And he put you in a place to make you understand who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. And it came from that. And
Dope.
I got out of jail, you know what I mean, went to the studio and did a song.
Mm-hmm.
And within the song, I say Channel 43 and St. TV, let me focus in on that camera.
Right,
And
right.
from there, it just kind of turned the light bulb on. You
Wow.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've always been with the cameras. My dad used to do photography, so I
Right.
just conjoined both of the two.
Dope.
And
Wow.
seen what was missing and ran with it.
Man.
You know what I mean? And started to develop interviews, platform segments,
Yeah.
things like that. And I never really thought it would go as far as it did, but it resonated to the people real good. And I knew it was
Man.
like, okay, I got a job to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I love how you do your interviews with the graphics. You know, your interviews are more one-on-one, personal.
Yeah, they are. They're dope.
Cause who was it? The last one I think you dropped was with TBF. Forgot his name. It's slipping on my mind, but he was tearing up.
Tyrese?
Huh?
You talking about from TBF?
Yeah.
Dove Fuego, I got in there. J Monster.
J Monster, my fault. Shout out to my man J Monster.
And that's Trap's cousin, man. All of them guys showed me love, so much love out the gate, man. So
But
anything they need from me,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's love.
I was
though.
watching that interview, man, and that was a deep interview, and it almost had me tearing up. You know what I'm saying? To see him tearing up about trap and
Oh yeah, the front yard interview.
Yeah,
And I thanked him for letting me get that. That's
Mm-hmm.
really
yeah, that's deep. You know what I'm saying?
people
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
where Trap him grew up at. He
Right.
really gave me the exclusive.
Right.
Shout
Yeah.
out Jay
Right.
Reese,
That's dope.
TBF for giving me that exclusive.
Yeah.
Man. He didn't have to, you know what I mean? Because that was a sensitive time. Trap was just gone, you know what I mean? And he gave me the real, like, even when he started to express his feelings on camera, I didn't know whether to turn the camera off or to keep it rolling.
Right.
But it was so real that was like, something just told me to let it keep going.
Right,
Of
right.
course, I showed it to him before we aired it.
Right.
And he was fine with it.
Powerful stuff, man.
So,
Powerful. One thing I wanted to say real fast, though, man. Every time I see your videos, man, I always want to congratulate you on the production value. Did you go to school for
No,
your
actually,
production
to be
value?
all the way real, I got a partner. into all of this creativeness, and that's Derez Brown.
Okay.
So, look him up.
Derez, yeah.
Man, I
Man,
met
he
that
is
guy.
dope, man.
I met that guy again through Chris Wynn.
Okay.
Chris Wynn is a connector. He connects a lot of pieces.
He is,
A lot of people might not always recognize Chris for that, but he does. He connects
he's heavy.
a lot of people together that you see building right now. Chris Wynn is the reason for that, and I'll say it and I'll say it again. I'm always a truthful person to give props where props is due.
That's good.
Chris Wynn connected us.
Yeah.
And I think we went to Cali, out of town. They even introduced me to the URL, Smack, Battle League, and everything else. So with them doing that, I met Derez.
Okay.
And from there, our energy just clicked.
Man.
And I heard him rap, I heard him do music, and I was just like, yo, this dude's talented.
Yeah, Derez good peoples.
Then I found out he had other talents. And I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? And we just, like, our chemistry was good, and as it was creating, it would seem like it was just timing, and then he's so heavy on the graphics and the editing.
Man,
crazy.
So he's crazy with it,
kind of
man.
like we balanced each other out, and where he was at with it, where he started it to where he's at now, man, I seen it early, and I was like, hey, man, you got a crazy potential to do something serious with this. You know what I mean? So to see him now doing all URL, getting the props that he's getting with all the graphics.
Oh, he deserves it, man.
Videography, the editing and everything else. He's taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Between Chris and Derez, they've taught me so much that really elevated my game to another level. You know what I mean? So shout out to Derez, shout out to Chris Wayne, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them.
They're my guys, bad guys, man.
We wanted to do something. I was like, man, this is what we have to look like. You know what I mean? That was the first thing I shared just to you. It was like, man, look what these boys are doing, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to look like them. I mean, you were inspiration for us, man, because we were like, man, we gonna do something. This how good it has to look
on that level. You know what
I mean?
So,
right.
So we had to reevaluate ourselves. Hold on, fall back for a minute. Let's fall back for the month real quick.
Man. For real, man, because you guys were definitely inspiration, and we looked at what you guys were doing, was like, whew.
And Rezi is really that machine, man. You know what I mean? He really makes. He has the sauce. He puts a sauce on it that's like no other. You know what I mean? That really separated what our look like and our presentation. And, you know, presentation is big, and marketing and advertising is everything. You know what I mean? And him and I together, man, is a deadly combination.
Y'all.
And then you add Chris to it and any other tangible attachments you can put to the machine. We just try to run and go, but one thing we do is we try to network with everybody, you know what I mean, and be solid and love what other people are doing.
That's what it's about,
and
man.
not make it a competition or feel like anybody is, oh, we're doing that, now they doing it. No, man, you got to be solid with what you do, and you build it up. Everybody plays a position, you know what I mean? So we just try to play our position, you know what I mean, and network with everybody, man.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's about, man. We show love to everyone, man. Look at it's a beautiful magazine, man. It's put together well.
I'm looking at the magazine right
beautiful,
now.
man.
It's fire, man.
Everything you see in the magazine, all the layouts.
Man.
Look at that, man.
All the layouts, everything you see in that magazine is
We
designed.
got Yog Westwood.
Westwood's in the building.
Okay.
Rico was in here.
Yeah, we got Rico bands, and I was just at the Hit Factory last night. They made a
Got
hit last
Nipsey
night.
Hussle.
I mean, man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm gonna be real with you. As a kid, look, you on the game, yeah. I went do that again real quick for the catch you real quick. Look,
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But as a kid, man, I don't know how many Source magazines I had.
Right.
I don't know how many XXL magazines I had.
Right.
I'm talking about. I was collecting them joints.
Yeah,
That was
man.
like heaven for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the pictures put on my wall.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
So when I see magazines still alive in this era, it's I love it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I told you I have 3 of these.
Oh, yes.
I got 3 of these. You know what I'm saying? So
That's good to hear, man. We try to get them spread out and put them out there. But like you said, Source Magazine, that's where all of that comes from. So,
Right.
Like, to be faithful, reading
Definitely.
the mics, reading the releases, reading the interviews and stuff
It used to
like
mean
that.
so much, man. It meant so much to hip hop.
yeah, I remember when the Source days, I didn't buy an album unless it had 3.5 mics or more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is dope to me. And
we got some exclusive artists in there. We got Corey Blunts in there on the issue.
Shout out to Corey.
John Blaze in there on the issue. Me, I feel like we haven't touched on enough. I like what we're doing, but I feel like we haven't touched on enough. And even coming here today, that's the start of a good thing, a network.
Right.
Good
Definitely.
building.
Well, you know, you could never run out of ideas. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think you just hit the right spot with this because there was a void at the time, right? And this is perfect, man. And the way you got it, God damn.
Because we got talent out here. You know what I
you
mean?
need to
a lot
take
of
a couple.
people think Arizona's not filled with that culture and that talent, but it is. You know what I mean? So Trying to play our part.
I think you need to get a couple magazines and just sneak them in the magazine section at Walgreens.
Right.
And I guess
and see how it goes.
And see how it go. You know what I'm saying?
We're working on the 4th issue right now, man. So
most
definitely want to give them something lovely of what's currently going on right now. Some of the people that's making moves.
Most def. Some people. I think with your transition, some people. Well, they're knowing now because you've been posting it more.
Mm-hmm.
But make the music, man.
Yeah,
you in the booth, you spin that fire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I get my inspiration from a lot of different places. You know, I did music before,
man.
And I felt like it was a time where I had to reinvent myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And take a break from that. You know what I mean? I had a lot of things going on back then that really wasn't the best for me. You know, I thought they were, but the things I was sacrificing to have it happen really wasn't, you know what I mean?
Right.
You can be big, but not in the best shape.
Right.
And I had to take a moment where God had to break me down and put me back together and recreate myself with doing the magazine. And where the music comes back in at is just being around these artists, interviewing some of these artists, you know what I mean, being around Derez. Derez is a cold artist at the same time. Music making, battle rap, you know what I mean, amongst his other talents.
Yeah, he's doing all types.
He really inspired me to get back in the mic, get back in the booth, writing structure and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that really got my music shoes back on, man, is my mom and my grandma. My grandma passed away this last winter time.
Right.
And before she passed away, she just requested of me to get back into doing music.
Right.
Okay.
And at a point in time, I said I would never do music again.
Really?
And I know a lot of people wonder, like, man, whatever happened with VanMichael doing music? He was nice. But you know what I mean? You go through life and life throws things at you. And I felt like me chasing the music made me lose out on some other things.
I thought so too, yeah.
Understand that.
Made me lose out on my family. You know what I mean? Made me lose out on having a woman at that moment, having a wife. You know what I mean? I lost all of that. You know what I mean? And it kind of took me to the point like, man, I'm never doing music again.
Wow.
Because this is the reason why I lost this and lost that.
Yeah.
But I had to find myself again. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Me just speaking this now, you can tell I'm a lot more healed from it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But being around the right guys, being around the right people to inspire you, tell you to pick your head up when your head was down, when you felt broken, and didn't want to keep pushing, and really didn't want to, like, at one point in time, really, like, live anymore.
Right.
But
that's tough.
my mom told me one thing, boy, don't never give up.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't never give up. It's just halftime. You know what I mean? So I had to pick myself up, man, and get around the right people and reinvent myself and re-believe in myself.
Right.
Then my grandma passes. Then I'm looking at my mom, and she says it to me. She was like, she's right. You need to get back into doing music. And I see what it does for me, and I'm excited about having the music shoes on again.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Getting back into it and being creative. And I've been through some stuff, you know what I mean? And more matured, so I feel like my substance and my music is
it'd be a little better, a little more to talk about, right?
And I go back and listen to my old projects, but I feel like this music now, where life is at now, it makes greater music, more relatable music to everybody. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah.
I'm excited with it.
That's where my first introduction of you was when I first moved here and I started getting into the rap game. I started seeing flyers, and you were like one of the first people I saw on the flyer. You know what I mean? So that's why I even knew your name, because you were
grinding.
You was hustling, man. I give that to you, man. And I think I was going to try to dig through some stuff and bring them in. But I probably got like 15 flyers with your face on it.
Yeah. A lot of cats hit me
Straight
with that.
up,
They were
man.
like, hey, man, I got this old school flyer.
I was being lazy and didn't want to go.
But, man, I probably do, man. I mean, we were always doing crazy shows back then. But, man, I used to be in so many shows with you. You probably don't even realize it.
Right. When you said it to me the other day, I said, yeah, man, it's crazy how the people you be around years later, but man, I remember you when you used to be at such and such and such.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Just the impression that you make on people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you definitely made an impression back then as a rapper, because I'm like, I thought you were dope, and I thought you had a dope show, so I thought you were definitely gonna have a future in the music. So I was kind of surprised when I heard that you wasn't doing music anymore myself.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I took it pretty far, you know what I mean? But sometimes when you're dealing with the righteousness and wrongness and the demons and stuff like that, and what gets created, what I would have gave up is, I think, the connection I have with my son, my youngest son.
Right.
I lost a lot, but I didn't want to sacrifice that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just the way I grew up, not having a dad, and I seen where I was going, and the light was good. You know what I mean? But what do you want to give up to get there?
Right? Yeah, definitely.
And me being a father really felt more important to me. No matter how much success I might hit, if I don't have a relationship with my son, man, what am I, man?
Right.
Exactly.
How much money I might get.
Right.
If I don't have a relationship with my son and me not having a father, you're repeating the cycle.
It
So
is,
I have to break that chain and not go to Atlanta and not mess with certain people that was already in the game and certain people that had me connected, then that's what I have to do. I mean, it worked out in a crazy way, but that's why I love the connection I have with my son, and I won't give that up for anything, man.
Definitely.
Especially looking at life now and what really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Leaving a legacy in your lineage. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, man.
That's big, man.
They're the future. They need us.
Right.
Definitely.
And I know that feeling of not having that father around and the effects of it.
Yep.
It didn't pop out on me until I was about 30.
Right.
Yeah.
The effects of not having a father around. So I was like, it sounds good to get to the industry level and get there and work at it, but my kid is way more important. You know?
Definitely.
So
See, man.
that's a little bit of my story, man. So
And that's dope, man. That's what we want to hear, man.
Oh man, we have a question right here. Should Channel 43 drop a freshman list for AZ?
A list, we really gonna try to stay away from the list. The list thing, you know what I mean? We did a couple of little things like that before, you know what I mean? But we really try to stay away from the list. You know because it just cooks up the wrong energy.
It does. It does.
It cooks up the wrong energy.
People get mad when they're not on the list.
Right, and we did a collage on the first issue of the magazine, if you see on the back, and that caused some controversy.
Like where my face at?
Where my face at?
I remember that.
See me on here. I mean, we try to put everybody on there, and it was a bigger picture. But controversy grew so much that the bigger picture didn't even get to come out yet. We put it out in sections because it was a big picture.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Certain section.
Yeah.
Cats hit me up. Yo, VanMichael, what the fuck, bro? How come
What?
you forgot about such and such, such and such, such and such? So it was something that we put out there, and we love it. But
I sold 15 albums. I should be on there, dog.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
some of the things we learn as we go. You know what I mean? So
Everybody on 43rd Avenue got my CD now.
right. Right. So like we try to kind of stay away from the list, man. But we have no problem with giving people love and respect and props and stuff like that, man.
Most definitely. So what, you're working on the was it the next issue?
Issue number 4. Man.
When should the people anticipate that next issue?
Man, we had some dates lined up, man, but with this Rona and this COVID-19, it's kind of
kicking everything back.
It's kind of kicking everything back. It's kind of feel like it's got 2020 on pause right now.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's good. You got to find a positive out of the negative. To sit and be more creative as things are kind of on hold.
Yep.
Then in a way, it's kind of bad because you're like, man, we're rolling into April, May. The months aren't stopping. So just taking advantage of the seasons to get to the end of the year. So
this year is
we might drop something in October.
October?
Yeah, see how the summer goes.
Yeah.
Get a collective of different interviews, different segments, talking to different people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of different now. You got to make your adjustments with the shutdowns and
Yeah.
So we trying to work around it.
Most definitely.
Maybe October.
We can't wait, man. We want to make sure we get that first copy.
Man, y'all definitely got a slot in the magazine.
Oh no! Stop playing, man.
Hey, Reggie, put it on the list, man. The DanYo&Tita show, man, definitely. Man. So,
Yeah. Now I'm finally get a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So,
before we continue, I want to we can shout out our sponsors. www.waywardkid.com, your site for all your entertainment news and your lifestyle, sports, and all that. So check out waywardkid.com. They're on their Facebook page is Wayward Kid. Their IG is Wayward Kid Online. What else we have, Aish?
We also have Kiwi Juice Bar.
hey,
With all natural smoothies, sports nutrition supplements, fresh pressed juices, gourmet coffee and tea, protein bars, healthy snacks, and nutrition education. But we also can't forget their all vegan menu.
Wow.
okay.
Those burgers we had last week.
Amazing. Amazing burgers. All vegan. Yeah, man.
I'm a foodie.
Nice,
them burgers
man.
was on fire.
Man.
Man, I'm trying to be on the health thing now.
Yeah, man. It's up to us all to eat better, man. Right. You know, and in places like the Kiwi Juice Bar is giving the opportunity, and we definitely, man, it definitely make it easier to switch it up and eat something different.
My man's posing. Look at
stop, man. I don't do this a lot, man. I'm on here.
Yeah.
And then we can't forget Miss Joanne Muhammad, our lovely top donator.
Yes,
Joanne Muhammad.
Shout out Joanne Muhammad.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I had the other day, me and Joanne, I was about to get into it. I was like, you donated or not? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know, she got a little crazy. But we're gonna get into some segments with you, boss man.
Okay.
And some games as well. But we're gonna I haven't did this in a while. Let's do bring back the top 5. You know what I mean? I need your top 5. Yeah, give me that. You know what I'm saying?
You said my top 5?
I need your top 5. I don't want to do hip hop magazine. I'm gonna do your top 5 magazines.
My top 5 magazines?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Of all time?
All time.
Of course, you know, I mean, it's only a few. I mean, Source, Double XL. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Who else can I think outside of that? That's all I used to read. That's all. Really.
No Vibe?
I mean, I read
the Vibe?
I read Vibe. You know what I mean? Rolling Stone. I like that covers.
Yeah, Rolling Stone.
Yeah, Rolling Stone.
Yeah. I would say those. And what else we got? I'm into fashion, so yeah. You know what I mean,
you got the I don't know why I was reading it for. Thought I was gonna get some muscle man.
You know what I mean?
That didn't work out for me. You know what I mean?
But maybe I might pick up a car magazine.
Yeah,
I'm a car guy, old school. So you know what I mean?
You got
Jet magazine.
Big
Jet
wheels.
Mo.
Yeah, I'm not. She gave me a great answer. Yeah, Jet magazine.
Ebony.
So
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a grown man now. I used to get the Jet magazine and go straight to the middle, bitch.
To the
straight to the system.
Straight to the center.
I don't read nothing in it.
Beauty of the week.
Yeah, Beauty
Beauty
of the week.
When I was
man.
a little kid, my sister's
Yeah,
man.
man.
She always used to keep all of them.
Yeah.
So as soon as I opened the little cabinet door, she had the whole cabinet was just filled with Jet magazines, and I would just go in there and just straight to the centerfold.
Right.
What you? Oh, okay.
What else?
I like Slam magazine.
Slim magazine.
You know,
okay.
it was Slam.
Slam. Yeah.
They used to have a little exclusive, kind of like try to do like Jet, have an exclusive girl. Like
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? So
yeah, Slam was dope.
Yeah, it was.
You know my joint? What was that? Lowrider.
Lowrider.
I
Definitely.
never read it.
Yeah.
Just look at the pictures.
Look at the pictures. Hard, man. Yeah.
Look at the pictures.
Then you look at the honeys.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the girls, too.
I can look, but I can't touch. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into some trivia with you, boss man.
I'm asking you one quick question, though.
Oh, my bad.
yeah.
What do you think about the internet's influence on magazine culture and what magazines have to do to be seen or to make more of a footprint in America now because of the internet? Do you think it makes it a little harder with the magazine? Or
I think it does. I mean, I think because more people you can just go online now.
Right.
And now they're making it accessible where you can just read it online as well. You know what I mean? So why pick up the magazine? I feel like the magazines have become more of like a collector's item.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want to get that exclusive collector's item, it's good to have.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I feel like the magazines do play an important piece because on the internet, once it's up, after that it's gone. You know what I mean? You don't have the physical actual thing you can put maybe in a time capsule.
That's true.
To capture that time. Like, man, I remember, you'll see that 20 years later, I remember when this dropped back. Back. It'll bring back memories. It has some timelessness to it. You know what I mean? On the internet, it feels like it's always moving forward.
Right.
So there's no timelessness on it.
Right.
No date, no time stamping to it. And I think that's what life is really about, is just time stamping, documenting, and making memories. So I think the magazines play an important part, but the internet makes it seem less important at that time.
Right.
It'll be something that you'll appreciate later. Like, boy, like when you get a news clip article from 1965 and you still got it. Boy, man, that's still... Man,
yeah, and it's crazy, right.
This, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like those flyers that you talk about.
Right.
Because I got some of those flyers and I look back and it just instantly brings back memories.
All type memories, definitely.
And I'm learning that's all life is about, is making memories.
Most definitely.
Yep. That's so.
Yeah, I was looking at the picture you was talking about welcome to Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Daniel or Dip on that.
Right. I don't see man. There you go.
Why are we on the cover?
I see you in the middle though, you know what I mean? I see Mega Ran.
Petty.
I see Ron Nitty. Deb, you see yourself?
Nah, man, I'm not on there,
even
man.
in the corner.
See how you doing?
This is the first issue right here.
Yeah, that was the first.
That's dope, man.
But you definitely, I was skimming through it real quick, and you definitely could see because you say you try to do something different with each magazine. You can see the
different
level
layout.
up.
Yeah.
And that's Resi. Resi, everything you see in the magazine is Resi layout, creation. You know what I mean?
He does a
And
good
as
job,
business
man.
partners, we'll sit down and we'll talk, and I'll be like, man, what you think about this?
Yeah.
We'll throw spaghetti on the wall all day. You know what I mean? And what sticks. And then sometimes he'll be like, nah, V, nah.
Right.
That don't work. I'll be like, yeah, man, that's gonna work. He'll be like, nah, and he'll flip it up, and I'll be like, yo. Yeah,
Put that sauce on.
Yeah, that's that sauce. I mean, that's that sauce. So his creativeness, my creativeness, and the respect we have for each other, man, we produce something great.
Most
That's
definitely.
dope, man. No, it looks amazing, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, every time we hook up, even on this music, I'm noticing that we make great music. We just did the Rez, Rum Nitty, and Flo's music video.
Yeah. I remember when you called in. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yep.
Drop that. So, man,
It's fire.
I'm glad to be part of a good team.
Man,
you know
y'all great, man. I want y'all to continue, man. Don't stop,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Y'all doing great things.
Keep it moving.
Yep. Aisha in the building. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You sure you might get?
I'm ready.
What we got today?
We're ready for them damn questions.
Damn questions. I mean, that's kind of what our fans decided to call it. So,
The ones that everybody fears.
question everybody fears. All right, so we have 6 questions.
Okay.
You get 3 out of 5 correct. We'll donate $50 to your charity of choice.
Okay.
You have 3 lifelines. You may Google one if you decide to use this option.
Okay.
You will have 1 minute to answer the question.
All right.
Your other options are call or text someone, or you may skip one of your questions.
I might have to call somebody. Y'all stay ready, man. I might need that help, man.
Right.
All right. And you get 30 seconds to answer each question unless you're using the Google option.
Yeah.
All right. Question 1. Angela Bassett has been in at least 43 movies. How many nominations does she have for Oscars? Is it A, 5, B, 1, C, 4, or D, 2?
I'm going to go with my favorite number, and that's 4.
4 is incorrect.
Which one is that?
Daniel.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, right.
I look at these questions.
No, it was wrong. It was wrong.
How you get wrong?
Pick 4, man.
Come on. I gotta give you all these. Make sure.
It's Angela.
Oh, he got it wrong.
Yeah, man. That's
I
hard.
had confidence.
Now I want to know the answer. Now.
I gotta get you 2 of them now.
She's only had 1 nomination.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, that ran through my head. I was like, they probably hate.
You got to think about
They
it.
probably
No, they
hate.
ain't.
They
Black-
probably hate
black
on
people don't
Angela
get much
Bassett. So I
love.
was like, yeah, true.
43 movies, 1 nomination.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Oh,
That's insane.
my bad. That wasn't a question. Oh, that wasn't the answer to the question. He was telling. He was like, damn. He said, damn, that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, that is a lot of
Yeah.
movies.
So only have 1.
She only
Yeah.
has 1
That's
nomination.
crazy.
That's
a
crazy.
shame.
That's crazy.
It is.
Question 2.
Okay.
Who was the first black person to win an Oscar? A, Ethel Waters. B, Hattie McDaniel. C, Georgette Harvey. Or D, Nat King Cole.
Can I use a lifeline?
You may.
So how does lifeline work? I can ask somebody?
You may call someone, text someone. You may skip the question, or
Okay.
you may Google the answer.
seconds.
Let me
To
Google.
decide.
Let me Google.
All
Let me
right.
Google.
So he's going to Google one. So we're going to give him 1 minute to Google the answer.
1 minute.
And I ain't got no other. Oh man, I gotta pop out of my Go Live.
And I will repeat the question.
All right, thank you.
Who was the first black person to win an Oscar?
And what's the options again?
Ethel Waters, Hattie McDaniel, Georgette Harvey, or Nat King Cole?
It comes up pretty fast.
I'm gonna go with what was the first one? Waters.
Ethel Waters is incorrect.
I knew that one.
She was the second person.
Oh, she's the second person.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first person would be Hattie McDaniel.
Oh man.
Hattie. The role was in the Gone with the Wind.
Gone with
She
the
played
Wind.
the
Mammy.
the Mammy. They loved it. White people loved it.
Yeah, mammy.
That was so excellent.
Yeah.
He said they loved it.
Excellent. She
All right,
played
I'm
it so
over 2
well.
right now. Let's see if I can bring this thing back. You said I got to get 3 right?
You gotta get 3 right.
Okay.
Question 3. Which of these musicians have not received an Oscar for Best Original Song? A. John Legend. B. 3 6 Mafia. C. Beyonce. Or D. Common.
Who has not?
Who has not?
I would say Common.
Common is incorrect.
Dang,
Doing
boy.
bad, brother.
I'm doing all the way. I'm doing all the way.
It don't look like we donate. It don't look like we donate money today.
You doing bad today,
Not
brother.
this week.
Not this week.
Not this week.
Not this
Not this week.
Damn.
The answer would be Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
No original songs.
She's not original anyway.
man, that's
He
all
said I
my,
don't like Beyonce.
that's my
Y'all better
bag.
watch
I'm
out.
a Beyonce. I'm one of
The
the.
Bay Hive gonna attack us.
Hey, whatever. People just gonna be mad. She can't sing, man.
What?
Sorry.
Oh wow.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
man.
I'm done, y'all. Y'all have, thank you for watching Dave Podcast.
Oh
can't,
man.
Oh my
Question
God.
4. Who is the first and only black actor to have received acting nominations, 2 acting nominations in the same year? A. Jamie Foxx. B. Viola Davis. C. Denzel Washington. Or D. Whoopi Goldberg.
Denzel.
I'm gonna go with my guy Denzel, man.
Denzel is
It's
incorrect.
truly he don't get no love. He gets no love, man. In all his movies, he hasn't gotten no
You gotta
love.
get it. You
only
gotta
one
get
he-
at least
I gotta get
1 out of
one
6
least
the
right.
question.
Only thing he got love in was the Training
Training
Day.
Day,
Training Day.
That's the only movie
And
he
that's
got
'cause-
love
I
for.
think that's because
You
Ethan.
know what?
They love that when you play the stereotypical roles
Right.
for black people. That's when they like.
And then you got a guy named Ethan playing the other side of it. It helps them. You know what I mean? If you look at all the movies that we do get recognized for, it's kind of set up that way. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Think you gonna go 0 for 5 today?
Oh, for 5 today, man. Come on, V. VanMichael, man.
Man,
0 for 5. Video
What's up?
blooper.
Where we at 4?
We're on question 5.
Question
last
5.
one.
Come on. Step it up. Hit one of these free throws.
And remember, you still have 2 lifelines. You can call
why,
someone or
you
text
should have been
someone,
using your lifeline.
Yeah, for real.
or you may skip one.
He's alright. He's alright.
Skip
Forgot
that
about
shit.
them lifelines.
You forgot about the
Yeah, I sure did. I got nervous. Like, pick one.
All right.
Pressure.
Question 5.
We about to make history, y'all. Go ahead.
No, Deli made.
I know. We're going to have number 2.
We're gonna have to have a wall of shame.
Man.
Put them all up there.
And then we have to have a Wall of Fame too, so you can't
Yeah.
have just one without the other.
What, Deli?
Well,
Deli
the
went
Wall
0
of
for
Fame
5?
is not too large, though.
No, the wall of fame ain't that
No,
large.
I think
it's the
John
wall
Blaze
of
is
shame.
it.
Yeah, he is the only person in the fame. Yeah.
Question
Last
5. Which category has had the most black nominees in Oscar history?
Dun.
A. Best Actress in a Supporting Role. B. Best Writing for Adapted Screenplay. C. Best Actor. Or D. Best Music Original Song.
I would say A.
A.
Hold on, think about that, bro.
No, he said
Wait.
Think about that for 1 minute, man.
man, you made history, though. You know?
Man.
I was gonna tell you though. Think about it though.
He's a man.
We don't get too many. They don't give us
Right.
too many for our roles.
Right.
It's music.
It's for the music, yeah.
That's what we always get love for. Unfortunately.
That's crazy.
My man, what happened out there in the streets, man?
Man, Deli, scoot over, man. I'm on the wall with you. I'm on
I
the wall
gotta give you another one, man.
with you. 5, man.
0 for 5.
Sad day, man.
It's all
Sad
good.
day.
Hey,
It's
well,
all
thanks for playing.
good. I gotta go over there and support my guy Deli, man. At least I ain't
You,
standing by
you didn't
myself.
want Dilly to be alone over
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta hold each other
Yeah.
down over here.
Let's shout out our sponsor one more time before we get on the next segment. www.waywardkid.com, your site for all your entertainment news, sports and lifestyle, entertainment trends.
Great articles.
Yeah, so check them out. Follow them on IG, Wayward Kid Online. Also, like the Facebook page, Wayward Kid. Aisha, you read that one.
Because you can't see.
I can see the top. That's
You
it.
can see the top. It's Kiwi Juice Bar, all natural smoothies, sports nutrition supplements, fresh pressed juices, gourmet coffee and tea, protein bars, healthy snacks, and don't forget our nutritional education. But we also can't forget they're all vegan menu.
Yes.
Those burgers were making me hungry right now. Just thinking about one.
I can use one. We need another delivery, man.
It's not because they're our sponsor. Them burgers is fire.
No, for real.
Yeah, the good bite. It tastes like a it kills the quarter pounder
For
with
real,
cheese.
man.
You
It
know what I
does.
mean?
He said it killed.
No, it kills you.
It's so
The
serious.
quarter pounder with
It
cheese is
put McDonald's
disgusting.
right out of business.
Look, it kills them.
McDonald's don't need any more sales. They suck.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
They're not too good right now.
Right.
Holla at our sponsors.
And we also can't forget Miss Joanne Muhammad,
Yeah.
who's our lovely top donator.
Yeah, I had to fight her for that donation.
Had to take her down, huh?
Hey, Dip.
She might try to beat you up for telling her you're going to beat up everybody on TV.
She has before.
Right, Dip.
Can't win them all.
Dip. I
Yo.
need you to tell them who to vote for, man.
Oh, you got to vote for Tom Shea for mayor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Tim Shay.
Oh,
Tim Shea.
did I say Tom?
You said Tom.
Don't vote for Tom.
Don't vote for Tom.
Don't vote, for Tom.
Tim. Vote for Tim.
Guy right there.
Vote for the black one.
Not Tom. Not Tom.
No, man, seriously though.
Tim.
Seriously.
Tim Shea.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can go to his website, timshayformayor.com. Tim Shea at timshayformayor.com. Also, hit him up and make sure you get registered for you can vote and make your word and voice known and heard.
The time is now, man. Y'all
Your
want the difference?
voice is your vote.
Definitely,
Y'all
definitely.
want the
Yeah,
difference in
make
the
sure y'all do
community.
that, man. Especially if you got the right to vote, man.
Yeah.
If you got the
Definitely.
right to vote, take advantage of it, man.
If we all vote, we can all make a difference.
That's
So,
real.
let's get it going. Let's get into some word on the street news.
What's the word?
This
First of all, I had the honor to talk to this man a couple times in the past, so I just wanted to give a rest in peace to Fred the Godson.
Oh yeah, rest in
Yeah,
peace to that
definitely.
man.
He didn't make it.
Outside, man.
He didn't make it. Corona. He passed away from the coronavirus.
Very, very talented artist, man.
so-
Had me locked in watching all the stuff that he did. You know what I mean? So
We do. We did have a couple of rappers in the hip hop community worldwide that got sick. Scarface is still a little sick. Who else? Westside Gun. From he's still sick. So just rest in peace, Fred the Godson, man.
right.
I want y'all opinion though on this Babyface versus Teddy Riley versus. What y'all think about this is a second attempt they did?
Yeah, I think the second
Yeah.
attempt. You know, Teddy, yeah, he had to kind of redeem himself because, Baby was killing him. Babyface was killing him. What I liked about Babyface the most, me and Rezzy talked about it,
Yeah.
is his shade, the way he
Yes.
the way he rolls it out and puts it out there.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
He cocky
he's
like a bug,
smooth.
though,
He's cocky
yeah.
with it, but he's smooth with it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then he trumps you with it, like
Right.
that song was nice, but this song right, like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's a gangster. He's a
Right.
gangster with it. But yeah, it was even though they messed up a couple times.
right.
And
They was roasting them. That's all I saw the next day was just straight roast of
Teddy,
them.
man,
Teddy Riley being
Teddy's a
roasted.
little.
Teddy Riley knew that.
He's a little
Brothers
too
all in the
confident.
camera. That was killing me, dog.
Who
every
you
time.
think who won it though?
I think Babyface took that.
You think Babyface?
Yeah, I think Babyface took that. I took the
They
first
have
one,
to do
the first one
dance
and the
one.
second one.
Babyface had the first one, but not the second one.
No, you think Teddy Riley?
Even though Teddy was acting a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, them boys was wild with Teddy, man.
I just like it made me think about how much they have done. Music is
You know what I mean?
crazy.
And I like that whole idea of what they did, the verses.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's great.
Yeah, shout out to Swiss Beats Timberland for that.
It's so
you know,
crazy.
Pharrell came from the Teddy camp.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, man. I looked like it made me go back. You know what I'm saying? To see all the history, and Pharrell came from that camp.
Wow,
Yeah, man. So that was pretty dope right there.
that's crazy.
Shout out to Birdman, he's giving back his he's giving back to the community over there in New Orleans.
That's dope.
He's
That's dope.
He's paying all their rent for the month,
Super
next
dope.
month. Yeah.
Super dope.
That's good to hear, man.
No, that's dope.
At least he's paying somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least he's doing right now.
I posted that story somewhere, man, and where I posted that, nothing but comments. Did he play Wayne yet? You know what I'm saying?
They end up working it out, right?
They end up working it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just sad that you have to see something like that when everybody know and he know, man. Like, come on, man. Do right by folks and people do right by you. But when you do ugly, and then when they taking your mansion and taking your rights and taking your music, now you want to go and help the community. Yeah. Bro, you should have been like that.
So
you know what I mean? And not knocking what he's doing, but I think everybody has to get a little taste of
I mean,
humble pie a little bit.
He's changed. I mean, because, hey, man, if you read through the history of that company, that label, all the people that have died, that have gotten shot up and killed, it's pretty sad, man.
Yeah.
People think that the 90s wasn't crazy. Go read up on that group and on that label and how many people were shot up and killed. People, UNLV, you remember them? Yeah. That both of them was killed.
Wow.
Yeah. One of them did something to Baby.
The list one time and
Yeah,
it was
man.
Like 3 pages
It
of
was
people.
so many people. It was
lot.
amazing the amount of people that got killed that dealt with that label, man.
That's
It's
crazy.
really, really crazy. So it's good to see him doing something that's not murder and mayhem.
Yeah.
I think BG still locked up, right?
Yeah.
BG locked up. I think Turk he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And when you hear the Rick Ross track that he makes, you know what I mean? It's just like Ross said, it's crazy that it had to come to this.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Bird, man. Like nobody's exempt to your wrongdoing.
Right, man.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
So,
man.
Yeah.
He did all this artists wrong.
Yeah. But, shout out to him for at least going back to the community.
Shout out, man. My bad for all the negative.
Yeah.
He's all the negative.
I mean, so it's good to see.
Let's talk about Miami, man. Miami has gone 7 weeks without a homicide for the first time since
Yeah.
1957.
That's the type of shit I like to see,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
good, man.
And
Yeah,
it's sad
it's
that
dope.
it takes this epidemic
For it to happen.
for it to happen, but
And
Well, Phoenix didn't join and we shooting up motherfuckers still.
Right. And,
Nah,
and,
we
and
lost
I'm,
out.
I'm originally from Florida. I was born in Florida.
Oh, yeah?
Tampa, Florida. So me just getting that touch of culture back home. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I grew up Arizona. I was born in Florida. You know what I mean?
Right,
Oh, they
I
wild
got
out there,
I
man.
always got to go back and visit my family, my
Right.
brother. So I got a taste of that life. You know
Wow.
what I mean? And yeah, they wild out
They
there.
wild, man.
People think Florida is just the beach and
No.
it's country out there.
Yeah,
man.
them boys
And
wild,
country
man.
heads is wild, man.
Wild,
now
man.
they do get money though. They do
No,
get
that's what
money.
they about.
They about their money. You
They
know what I mean?
about
But
that.
it is wild out there.
They
So that's
wild.
good to see. It hasn't been no killings
yeah.
No, man, it's dope,
in the
man.
streets and stuff, man. So
In Little Havana, what?
and don't take the wrong turn down there, man.
Right,
Not take the
man.
wrong turn.
Yeah. Another thing in worldwide, domestic violence calls have went down, but they think domestic violence has risen in
Definitely.
the home. So that's what another thing is going on. They're saying about domestic violence. Which is I can see it going up,
Yeah.
and I can see the calls going down because
Definitely.
you're in the house. You know what I'm saying?
I had to go in the office a couple times just to get away from my old lady this week.
Right. You know what I mean?
I'm just joking, babe. Kind of.
Got to make it work. But yeah, I mean that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear that the
I ain't
numbers
talking.
have gone down, man. You know what I mean? So especially with people having to be at home, being around each other.
Yeah.
This is a different schedule for everybody.
Yeah, you keep
Right.
talking.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you keep talking about. So I ain't saying a word here.
Right. So,
She in the back in the one room on one computer. I'm in the other room on the computer. We both working from home.
right.
Yeah.
Don't have that break that we used to.
Computer out all
Yeah,
day,
man. It's
real.
man.
all day.
She is wild. I cannot work with my old lady, man. Nah. Something fun. It's cool like this, cool, but a real job, hell no. I would quit day 3, 4, or something like that.
I'm done.
It's over.
She's crazy, man.
I just okay. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you with Tita. You know we all couples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I just don't like how Tita betrays herself to be some nice, quiet person. But when we at home, I'm getting cussed out in Spanish.
That's that Aquarius, man.
She be on your head.
like,
That's what they say. That's how my old lady is too. Look, she look all
I
nice
mean,
and sweet.
I didn't make dinner these last couple of days. I feel like I'm not appreciated.
Still got cussed out.
You were dinner twice this week.
Look at
Hold on,
her.
wait.
Look at her.
At least yours cooks.
Let's go back to these things.
So you gonna get me in trouble, man?
Right, let me go back to these questions.
So, Dip knows this story. Dip, you know about your boy Trump.
Unfortunately, I do.
Your boy Trump, he said something about, what did he say? About the
Disinfectants? Yeah.
Well, a high number of New Yorkers have contacted by the city health authorities for
No, they haven't.
bleach or household cleaners after following.
He said they did Trump's. They actually went and swallowed.
Ingested bleach and household cleaners after following Trump's controversial claim that injecting products will carry coronavirus. According to the New York Daily News, Poison Control Center has managed 30 cases.
Damn.
10 of them being the disinfect.
I'm saying when
and
you
there's
were the
people on Facebook talking about it's fake news. He didn't say that.
Right.
because they're a protector.
And then then he's like, oh, it's being sarcastic. Like, right now it's not the time to have no jokes, no
How
funny.
you playing?
24 hours before he even came out and said I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, like, how do you come on, man? You hold a very important position,
Right.
And if you're gonna play and you don't think that you have an influence on people,
Yeah.
I say something bad about you, Trump, and man, people are unfollowing me,
Right.
leaving comments. So for him to take it like that, like, oh, I was being funny.
I was joking.
This is the
People
worst
are
thing
dying.
on earth right now. Like, come on,
It's
Trump,
ridiculous.
It's not the time to be playing.
It's
Like,
not. That's ridiculous.
Let my man be playing. Let Obama say
Right.
some stuff like
Right.
that. Boy.
Oh my goodness.
It's
They'd have
just
been out
sad.
there. Man, come
It's
on,
just
man.
sad that you playing with the nation like
That is nothing to play
They've
with.
been picketing at the White House.
Come on,
Right.
man.
They'll be ready to
They
get
would
that
act.
guy
He
out of
tried to
there.
give them decent health care. They flipped out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And this guy's telling you to swallow bleach.
Right, and right, they like he didn't mean it.
Yep.
But man, you can't play with shit
But
like
my
that.
question is, y'all, is with all of this going on, I ain't seen him with no mask.
No,
I ain't seen,
You haven't
he out in
seen
the
him
public.
with nothing.
He out
Not
in the
even
public.
with hand sanitizer.
He out in the public speaking. He ain't got no hand sanitizer, no mask,
Yeah.
no nothing. You flying everywhere else. You not worried, Trump?
no. He said he's been bunkered down and not leaving the White House. Is what he said. But I don't know what he's doing. He don't even think it's true, man. He don't even believe it. So.
What was that video when the lady coughed or somebody coughed and he
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah, come on, man. He clowning. You know what I mean? Like,
dog, we got a clown for a president.
Oh man! All right, we're gonna play a little game real quick. We're playing Black, White, or Other. 4 men allegedly held a woman captive to steal her stimulus check. Black, White, or Other?
Black.
Other.
White.
White.
they said 4 men held a lady hostage.
For the rob her for a stimulus check.
Black. Black, man. That's
You said black?
the math is terrible. Man. We can do. That's.
Aisha got it, y'all. White.
What?
Okay.
That's the word on the streets. Robbing people for their stimulus check. It happened in Indiana.
We're so racist.
That's good.
Straight to the black man. You know what I'm saying?
The reason I thought it, I thought like, hey, maybe one of the 4 guys is connection with the girl, and he owes some money, so he on his girl like, baby, come on, man. I told what's his name was gonna pay. Maybe he was part of the crew and he part of the debt. I didn't know.
Right.
Dog, they ain't gonna get no money. He split that 4 ways.
Yeah.
Hey, $300 a piece, man.
Right.
I don't know.
Unless they finna go get, unless their plan was to rob this old lady first, and then go hit 2 or 3 more other
Get
old
that paper.
people.
They
Right.
tripping.
What you got for Sister Social?
That's the word.
That's the word.
So, I mean, all this is going on. People, going to the store, buying everything in the shelves,
Yeah,
and then,
man.
Buying the stupidest things,
Fucking
hoarding
hoarders.
on everything.
Yeah, they are.
It's crazy.
What do you think this pandemic, hopefully it's over soon, and, everything goes
Mm-hmm.
not 100% back, because I think it shouldn't. People should more see what's the real thing out there and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's like, well, will you guys change from being in quarantine? Like, what would you change, Aisha?
Oh, when they like
When things go back to normal.
back to normal.
Yeah, like,
Going back to work.
no, I mean, like, of course, going back to work and doing, but like, has this quarantine showed you anything?
No.
If you want to know the truth,
People
man,
touch
Nah, I
anything?
just
Yes.
I'm just gonna sit there and laugh at all the people that's trying to go back to the stores to return.
To return.
Return the ass paper they done bought.
I can't.
Hoarded,
I
and
can't
they
share
can't
with
do
it.
Some stores are actually not taking back any cleaners.
hell nah, we ain't taking that
Right.
shit
Is
back.
that what we learn from it?
Yeah.
What we
Well,
learn
what are
from
you
it?
gonna
What
change,
would we
or
do?
what are you gonna do different in your
that's
life?
what we learn from it.
I think
I can
more
tell you what I
people
learned
less
from it.
they'll change how they clean.
Probably clean.
Right.
They should change.
Oh,
how
I
they
mean, it
clean.
is a basic, hygiene thing. It's
Right,
not
right.
like it's something like, oh, the CDC released this new thing. You know, wash your hands this way.
Right. You know
but
what I mean?
you've always to wash your hands for.
Well, people don't even wash their ass every day.
Right.
We're gonna wash their hands.
I think the biggest thing I'll take from it is what it really did to me is like, just family and kids, man. You know what I mean? Like seeing what's going on and a pandemic coming around and whatever they are doing, back cave in the lab or wherever this came from and it mutated. It makes me just feel like, man, like, are you guys really trying to get rid of people? You know what I mean?
Right.
Are you putting sicknesses out there, viruses out there that's taking people out? Like, so it just makes me want to hug my son closer. You know what I mean? Makes me want to not really having any animosity towards people. You know what I mean? Go see my mom. You know what I mean? It just makes me think about life because even before this, we know I'm not gonna be here forever.
Right.
And it's like, y'all trying to put a rush order on that? It's like it just makes me think about life and taking advantage of it and appreciating the people you got. You know
That's real, man.
Because like Godson, he gone. Kobe gone.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I mean? People
no, it's been a rough year,
it's
man.
It's kind of scary.
No,
you know what I mean?
You're
Not
right.
just with the COVID, but just life period.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough. This 2020's been tough, man.
Yeah.
You know,
been kicking ass.
it's been a horrible year, man.
Yeah.
Really bad.
19, 20, last 2 years, like, man.
Well, like I was saying, though, we was reading 1918
Yeah,
was the last time that this happened, and we had a pandemic like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was a Spanish
call
flu
it
is
the
what they called it,
Spanish
the Spanish flu,
Yeah.
which it really wasn't a Spanish flu. It didn't even originate in Spain, but they was the only people who were able to report that they were having these issues. Other cities and countries wanted to keep it on the low and censor what they were having, their information, what we're having in their cities.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So they spoke up finally. Like,
yeah, Spain was one of the first cities of just like, hey, this is what's going on.
Right.
And they newspaper outlets were able to talk about what's going on in their cities.
The
The U.S. didn't want to talk about it. Yeah,
Norway,
we didn't want to tell anyone
they
what's going on.
all
So,
censored
so where it originated is still
unknown.
Yeah, they still don't really know.
Where it
So
originated.
yeah, they
you
call
know,
it
they gonna put it
Spanish
on somewhere else.
But they called
it's still called the Spanish flu.
Right, because
That's crazy.
we were only able
That's
to
the only
report
information
about Spain's
that motherfuckers
cases.
received. So that's what they ran
Since y'all
with.
talking about it, we gonna say it's Spanish. Like, yeah,
Right.
it's just crazy how labels get put on stuff and people run with that.
Definitely. So, but when they had their flu, it spiked. Everybody, I believe, it seemed like everybody changed their life and stayed at home for a little while.
Yeah.
But
They
after
had to
everything
stay
went
at home
back
for
to
2
normal,
years.
they came back out, and it spiked back up again. So that's the balance that people are trying to weigh right now.
Yeah.
What how bad will it be when we go back? And they know it's going to be a second. It's be a second wave, regardless. Every country that has came back to normal has that second
It's
wave.
gonna happen again. Probably what, the winter time?
If it doesn't happen in the winter, it's going to happen when we go back to normal. It's going to be a little spike. It's going to be a spike regardless. You know what I'm saying? When people go back to normal. But you know what I'm saying? My thing is this is life, man. Unfortunately, dude.
Yeah. It's what it
This is why the only reason so many of us is alive is because of science and because of the things that they have able to change and so many more kids live now than
medicine.
any time throughout history, man. You gotta think about those things. Most babies died back in the day.
Yeah.
If they
You know
were
what I
born
mean?
with polio, they didn't last long.
It was so many ailments that people were born with that they just couldn't live. We would think I know people don't trust medicine. I understand that, but if we would look at how things were before we had universal medicine and we had access to these things,
true.
a lot of these people, a lot of our kids, a lot of the mothers didn't live, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the birth
A
rates
lot
were
more
really
women
really
died.
bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Died in birth.
And that was the big thing I want to bring up real fast, though. I'm sorry about that, but
Go ahead.
we have Africa now. Their birth rates are starting to get. They're getting access to more hospitals and more doctors, so their birth rates are getting better.
Oh, yeah?
So
Okay.
Africa is seen as the next country that's going to have a birth boom because they always had a lot of kids, but a lot of them died. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now they're getting access to more hospitals. Matumbo's doing a lot out there also to get hospitals, and Akon's doing a lot
Akon, yeah,
in the
that's what it was.
cities.
Yeah.
But man, they are taking the money that they get from America, man, and helping their countries out and doing a lot, man. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's why people are looking like people talk about China because China's all over Africa right now.
They are.
The reason why is because of that population boom that they're finna get. Population
They're
is
trying to get into that commerce market.
they know the market is
They're
gonna
trying
be,
to piss
it's
me
gonna be
off, though.
huge.
Yep.
Right.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just that's you got to look to the future, man. And Africa is the future because they're gonna be huge.
Yeah. Well, so China talking about they're not letting the Africans in these shops and stuff, and
That's crazy. Dude.
yeah. And now and then
I mean, like,
Nigeria just shut down a Chinese little restaurant because they wasn't letting the people in there.
Dude,
See, it's like something going
it's
on.
like the blame game. I mean, to have the hatred and want to blame it on each other, and we don't serve it.
But I just don't even know where it's coming from.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. I've been seeing a lot of articles.
With being racist against Asia because of the whole virus.
Yeah, but what black people gotta do with that?
And that's what I feel
Orange
like.
Face did call it the Chinese
Right.
virus.
And I feel like Trump stirs the pot with us all in it, and then he steps away and watches them go at it with each other. But I mean, I feel like he was originator of labeling it and putting this against this versus this. Versus
And that's where I'm at right there because I don't know how true this shit is that entire China is doing this. It could be a couple people that's acting a fool and don't like Africans and don't want Africans in their shop. Definitely, that could happen. It could be the entire country of China that's doing this. To me, from where I'm looking, it's a couple people
Different
that did some
scenarios,
ignorant shit, and they're blowing it out of proportion because everybody wants to point the blame at China for this virus right now. Trump is looking for every reason to point at everyone. Bill Gates is out there now. Everybody talking about Bill Gates. It's the blame. They want to point him as the new blame person.
They blaming Bill Gates.
I don't like
Fauci.
Bill Gates' body language.
I don't either, man. I ain't gonna lie to
If
you.
you really pay attention to his interviews and what he be saying, and when they ask him a question, like I watched the Ellen interview, and his body language, bro, when certain things get said,
It's something.
and I'm just like, it's something about you that ain't right, bro. Like I'm a good reader character. I don't know the man personally, but you just watch body language and what he's on and some of the things.
He's a weird motherfucker.
He's weird and
Do you know these people are
too smart for your own good,
introverted
He up to
nerds?
no good, dog.
I don't think he's up to no good.
I think he up to no good.
I feel like
Bro.
he's up to. It's not all the way.
It's
right,
too many
so,
things that
you know
he's
what I mean?
done to me in his career that has showed me that he doesn't care about money. All his money that he's given all his money to charity when he died. Every cent.
Right.
None of his money is going to his kids. Everything that he owns is going to charity when he dies. His companies now, every company he has set up now is going to charity. All the profits is going to charity.
And I don't think he's chasing money. I think he's chasing a power of legacy.
He already has that,
You know
though,
what I mean?
bro. That he had that since the 90s.
Yeah,
Since he came out with the
Right,
Microsoft.
since Microsoft. He's already done that,
He about to get
dog.
one of these.
I don't feel like he's satisfied with computers to where it came to. I think he wants to be more into the vaccine, saving
Definitely.
life.
He
and,
thinks-
like he wants to
It's
be
another
one of those
level.
people.
You know
what
Right, I mean, but he's not making money off of it. And that's the thing that I wanted to make clear. I don't know. He could be on some shady shit.
right.
But
He's building
he
a
has
smart
helped
city
a lot of people in Africa, man. And people don't understand that all these people that's been helping Africa and getting this help to Africa is helping the country as a whole, man. So many, I mean, the continent as a whole, so many countries in Africa are getting their own currency. They're leaving out, they're moving away from French currency and the currencies that used to have a hold on them.
Right.
They're getting their own countries. Nigeria is one of the richest countries in the world, man.
Yep.
Like one of the richest people in the world is Nigerian.
Yep.
You know, these people are starting to get a hold of their resources.
Right.
They're trying to figure it out, man. It's because of modern medicine that they're able to make these moves. Without it, they'll still be in the dark ages and suffering.
Yeah,
but I believe that these things are helping them.
Yeah, just don't use us as guinea pigs for your vaccines, man. Wait till you got it all the way tested, and you know what I mean.
That's something we talk about online too all the time, man. And it's scary, man, when you don't have power over something and you don't know exactly what someone is doing, and you have to put trust in someone, and it's hard to put trust in people that you don't trust and have had a history of doing crazy things.
Yeah.
Right.
But we all go to the hospital when things happen, and it's out of our reach when we can't fix our arm when it's broken. We go to the doctor. You know, we go to these people for help. And my mother was a nurse, and that's why I respect the nursing profession. I respect it. My mother worked 16-hour days busting her ass, man.
Yeah, they out there front line.
She was out there on the line, man, and I think because of that is why she died of an early age, working her ass off in those conditions, in those hospitals where all that disease and all that stuff is all around. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I look up to them because I believe they are the superheroes in our country, and especially right now. And
yeah,
for
real,
real,
take
man.
a lot of patience to care for someone else, and
I wouldn't do it.
You know, people that work in that field, they deal with some people, and those people don't be in the mood all the
Right.
time.
Right.
No, leave me alone.
Right.
And you still have to be caring and patient to them, and some people don't have that type of patience.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I worked in a nursing home.
To a person that has no relation to them at all.
And
For 2 weeks,
the worst
my
thing
dude.
that you have to separate your personal and your professionalism, and it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy to do.
And you know, you get traumatized. A lot of people should see, you know, firefighters, police officers, people that did the service. The nurses get PTSD too, you know.
True.
Yeah, man.
They see so much crap, and they have to
Total
go back
complete
home
strangers.
with it.
Yeah.
You don't know, but they're in the help, needed help, and you help and care for them like that. That is
even though let's say their last patient passed away and stuff.
Yeah.
They have next week shake it off and go to the
Yeah,
next
man.
patient.
And they they somewhat build a relationship with the patients.
Right. Yeah.
That takes a strong mind. I know I'd kind of be.
I don't know if I can do it.
Me neither. You know,
I don't know I can do
I
it.
give them so much love and respect.
Me too, man.
Like,
Much respect. Much
You
respect.
saw that people around the world are giving things to like the nurses,
Standing
workers,
ovations. Yeah.
Grocery people,
The
they're
first
giving them, and
responders.
that feels good, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
they need that.
They
man.
deserve it.
It's not something that you see every day.
McDonald's
which
is
should
doing
be.
free meals for all healthcare workers.
That is dope,
and
man.
first responders.
And you know what?
That's big.
After this, we shouldn't just clap and applause. We should show them with actions of getting them better health care and getting them better pay and showing them that they deserve to make a lot of money, man, because of what they do.
Right.
Look at the sacrifices for their life they're taking right now,
They haven't
messing
taken
with
a
this
day off
disease.
yet.
Right.
It includes our teachers too. Like
I believe so, but that's another discussion. You want to get into the lean perspective real fast?
Yes, sir.
I just have a couple things I'm gonna talk about real fast today. We got a guy in Phoenix facing child abuse charges in the death of his 2-month-old son.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Phoenix police arrested a father on Thursday in connection with the death of his 2-month-old son, with the man admitting to shaking the baby prior to his death. They was on 48th Street and Broadway. 6:30 a.m. is when they came through. They transported the young 2-month-old boy, and he was later pronounced dead.
Only 2 months.
Yeah. 32-year-old Marquez West told police that he had woken up to feed the baby, went to the bathroom, and came back to find the baby not breathing.
It's ridiculous, man. I swear.
Man, the baby's so fragile at that moment. Like 2 months, like.
Autopsy revealed fractured ribs, skull fractures, and brain hemorrhages. So he
fractured ribs.
Yeah,
so he must have squeezed.
he shook. Looked like he shook the baby. He's done.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did more than shake the kid. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
He's done. That's sad, man.
That's ridiculous.
We have another suspect with a knife shot and killed by the police, by Mesa Police. You know what I'm saying? We still cleaning out here.
don't go out there messing with Mesa.
Man, they would shoot you fast, man.
Mesa's
And they would
dangerous
kick your
over
ass,
there, man.
man.
I remember I left my wallet on top of the car, and we slid off. You know what I mean? And I realized I dropped my wallet.
Yeah.
By the time we hit the U-turn and turned around and found my wallet, it was like 3 police behind us.
Wow.
Only reason they even mess with us is because I found my wallet at that spot, and I picked it up, and I was like, pointed to my wallet, and he said,
Not point, man.
He was like, okay, get back in your car. Get back in your vehicle.
Wow.
I got back in the vehicle, and they let us slide off. But I'm glad I had found the wallet at that moment. 'Cause you could see they was already on that bullshit.
Mesa
I'm
is
like,
ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, man. That's the only police that I felt like I was in Illinois, because they followed me one day. I'm like, they straight up following me.
Yeah.
I hit a block, still there.
Yeah.
Another block. I'm like, man, this remind me of some Illinois shit here, man.
What part of Illinois you from?
East St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My dad,
Every
from
shop.
Rockford.
Every show.
Do we know where you from?
My dad from Rockford, Illinois, man. So.
Oh, that's the spot, man.
Chicago
That's the spot.
is
Rockford
dipped
is the shit.
Look.
Right.
like a little.
That's the clip.
quarter short.
When we start the show and begin, we're going. Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Then we get it out.
All right, so I would talk about a little bit about the draft this week. The Cardinals, they added a little defense by getting linebacker Isaiah Simmons. He seems like he should be a good
man.
ad.
Clap to that.
Yeah, man. I think they're doing a good job this summer, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a good wide receiver from Texas. Then we got, I think they did okay in the draft. I think he should be okay, man.
Yeah, a couple more pieces. I think they did a good pick with that pick. You know what I mean? Because sometimes Cardinals, why we do that?
Right.
I just think if we add a couple safeties and some DBs, I think we need to get a couple more DBs to put the pressure on Patrick Peterson, man.
Yep.
He's been sitting up here getting a lot of money from us. He don't return kicks no more.
No.
He don't return punts no more. He got one job, and he ain't been doing his job.
No.
They throw to him and they pick on him like he's no longer a threat. So I feel like we need to get some more talent that he can take under his wing. But at the same time, Peterson, man,
Yeah.
we need you to step up as a role model and as a player in your last years. We'll pay you some more bread, but they throwing to you on purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, when they start throwing to you like that on purpose, they don't respect your game no more. So
hopefully they get a couple more corners in the later rounds. I don't know what they've done in the second round.
Right, and make it solid, man. So, I like the moves. I agree with you.
I think that they're looking good, man. The defense was the worst in the NFL last year, so hopefully they can get some more people on defense also, man.
Yeah,
that was kind of crazy. What y'all think about what the Green Bay did getting a quarterback, knowing that they still have Rodgers there?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Who they pick up?
They picked up Jordan Love, Utah quarterback.
Oh, okay.
And Rodgers, he still has 4 years on his contract, 36. He'll be 40 when his contract's over.
I think that's smart though. Is to right now start to develop a backup.
Right.
Because Rodgers can get hurt. He's not invincible.
But he's had pretty good years. Last year was still a pretty good year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Me, myself, I thought that they should have got him another wide receiver next to Adams or something else on defense. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be, if he's still planning on playing 4 years, you don't want this quarterback to sit for 4 years. You want him to play maybe after 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want him to play. So maybe they saying after 2 years, they finna get rid of him, or at
least let the guy learn. You know what I mean? At least let the guy.
That's what they don't do. They gonna do him like they did Favre.
Yeah, breed him in. You know what I mean?
Because when Favre, they did the same thing. They got Rodgers, and then they kicked Favre off. So he had to, where do you go? Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeah. So we'll be seeing Rodgers in another uniform soon. Is my guess.
Yeah, what you showing me? What's going on here? Why don't you just tell me? Tita's over here showing me pictures.
I don't want to interrupt. Didn't want you to say.
What is it? What you got me looking at?
Now that you interrupted him.
What are you looking at? Show it off. Show the magazine.
Mercedes.
Oh, shout out to Miss Mercedes.
Shout out to Mercedes, man.
She posted that, and I'm like, where have I seen
she's always showing us a lot of love and respect.
Ridiculous love.
Any given time, every time. Shout out to Mercedes. I love that lady, man.
Shout out to Mercedes.
No, she is the shit.
She invited us to do the interview for the Bobby
Valentino. Yeah, man. It was dope, man. We had a lot of fun. We appreciate it.
She definitely always try to help everybody put us in the right place.
Boss, like,
that's boss lady.
Man,
don't play.
Man, don't play around.
Do not play.
We saw her in action. I was like, damn.
Right.
You didn't get the happy joy from Mercedes, but when it comes to business, she ain't playing.
She is not playing.
Hey,
man.
Right.
I love it.
I'm trying to straighten my own shit up. Like, where I'm supposed to be.
One time I tried to run up on her with the camera and the Channel 43 mic.
Yeah.
She was like, VanMichael, You could tell, like, she showed me love because who it was.
Yeah.
But she was like, don't have me on here long.
No,
she didn't say that, but you can just tell her look was like,
definitely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I made some talks with her. She by her business. She's definitely.
Oh my goodness.
All right, you should advertise it.
SDTV.
Raise it up a little. There you go.
Oh, that's dope. SDR in the house.
Hey, and speaking on that, I'm glad you said that about Pillow Talk. Shout out to Amanda Wynn and SDTV.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We've always worked with them, got good relations with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're
and much respect to SDTV and everybody.
You said SDTV on there, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know sometimes at times Amanda be wanting to chop my head off, man. I know I piss her off sometimes and make her mad, man. But much love and respect to SDTV and Amanda.
Even when Amanda wants to chop her heads off, she still wants to hug us.
Yeah, she's still lovely. She's still Miss Lovely. So
definitely, man.
Yeah, shout out to them, definitely.
The last thing I want to do on the League Perspective, man, I want to talk about, we got the Jordan documentary, Last Dance, coming up.
Great, love
Sunday.
Yeah.
Love the first 2 episodes, definitely dope. Real hype for the next one. But conversation's been coming up all week. MJ or LeBron, which I'm I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
I've been seeing that too. And I feel like LeBron back in that era, his intentions would have been good, but I don't think they would have been heard like they is now.
No,
I don't think he would have had the power he has now. Back in the '80s, back then, it wasn't lovely like that for us.
No.
You know what I mean? A lot of cats was getting dicked over on their monies. And I don't think LeBron would have been no different.
Yeah.
Back then,
well, it was a different time because they wasn't ready to start playing the players because the NBA hadn't take that step yet.
Right.
Jordan took it to that level, and he definitely deserved to be paid a lot more money, and Pippen also.
Right.
But people was mad and talking about LeBron would have got him paid, but Jordan wasn't even paid.
Right, he wasn't paid. But I feel like what Jordan did for Pippen is what kind of like what LeBron did for Kyrie. He made him believe in himself.
Right.
Because Pippen didn't. He didn't feel like he was supposed to be in the NBA. He didn't have confidence in his game.
I don't think
he just had a big body structure, long arms. Like, boy, you don't know what you got. You know what I mean? And just off of God's blessing, he got somewhere. Because you remember he came from Little Rock, small school. You know what I mean? Got on there, and I feel like Jordan helped put that confidence in him. And taught him how to play and how to believe in himself because Jordan had already been through not getting picked. You know what I mean? And having that determination.
Right.
I remember watching a segment where Jordan's leaving, Pippen's leaving the court, and he has a woman under his arm. Jordan's walking back to the court, and he's like, "Man, Scotty, where you going?" He's like, "Oh man, you know, you can tell by the body." He was like, "I'm about to roll out with Shawty." You know what I mean? And Jordan say something to him where the lady leave, and like he's like, "Nah, Scotty, no, we back for 2 days," and you can tell like. Damn, Shawty, I gotta holler at you later.
Right.
I gotta get back to training. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I felt like that's what he did for Scotty.
I think so too.
He didn't do it on the money side, but he did it on the
big brother thing,
the big brother thing, the talent.
Yeah.
Grow you some balls, grow you some heart. You know what I mean? Now the money shit, I'm getting the money through me. Whatever you need, Scotty, I got you, bro.
Right.
You can't change that, but what we can change is your greatness. You know what I mean?
And people gotta understand, man. Scotty has so many. Sponsored endorsements and all that stuff too. See, he had money, man.
Right.
Don't be fooled by what they talking about the contract.
Broke. Yeah,
hell no. Yeah, man.
He was doing well, but you know, some people didn't agree on the situation when Mike said that that he thought that he was being selfish by holding out. You got to understand. Some people didn't like that Mike said that, but Mike didn't hold out, and he wasn't getting paid. Yeah. He showed up and he still did the job, even though he wasn't getting paid a lot of money.
I think Mike was more focused on the greatness of this.
Right.
He's battling against Isaiah, Bird, them, everybody else. And then you got a hating GM that's blatantly hating.
Right.
And you see it, and I think he was more wanting to chase legacy. Like even like with Kobe, I don't think Kobe was ever worried about the money.
No,
I think he was worried about the greatness. You know what I mean? Come on, y'all, let's not.
Right.
Come on, man, you selfish, Scotty. Man, man, they not paying me right, man. Let's not forget about it. Let's not worry about that.
Let's
right
not
now.
worry about that. Let's worry about winning.
I remember,
and that weighs out more than any money could ever. You know what I mean?
What's his name? Freeway Ricky.
Yeah.
He was saying how Magic got his first $1 million. He was laughing. You just now getting $1 million? Right. I got all this money. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So it was,
But dude was super
money
balling.
wasn't like that in the NBA at that time.
Right.
Man. It wasn't, it was just a total different thing.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then you got to think in the '80s. I mean, they weren't trying to let us have a whole lot of money in the '80s.
No.
In the '80s,
In the '90s, I mean, it was a step forward.
They was like, hey, we can't stop you guys from getting money. Now we want the power now. Y'all can have the money. But in the '80s, they wasn't trying to let us have a whole lot of money.
I seen a couple of videos from the draft when the chick was on his lap and the mom took it off.
I'm talking about this recent draft.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
And then
I fell out laughing.
And then they had the
dude with his phone.
He snatched the phone up real quick.
Mama, nah.
They don't need that. Don't put them in the houses no more. No cameras in the houses no more.
Right. And you can tell his mom was like, let him have his own moment.
She get him out. She went over, but why she hold him like that? Get off him,
man.
I wouldn't even want I wouldn't even want Tita on me like that. You know what I'm saying? When
that had those little hot girls with them. All those little hot girls gonna be changed, switched up.
Damn right.
Next week, because when they get that $1 million,
she said, when Mama say get up, you better get up.
Right.
They don't even. Those girls just don't even know. The half of them not gonna even be around.
Yeah.
And every single one of them had to dress up and doll.
They got so dressed and dialed up,
With
had their little booties hanging out. Man, there was so many thick ones. There was some, man.
You ain't give me a job.
Man.
So you know, she held him down. She held him down through college, but that's like high school. Like, do you really expect to marry your high school sweetheart?
It doesn't happen as often.
The percentage on high school sweethearts.
LeBron is about the only one you really, man. The Wade tried, it didn't work out. It doesn't really happen that often.
Yeah.
People grow so much from different times. You
Definitely.
know what I mean?
But you were out doing things. You were Hollywood. You were all these rubbing shoulders with all these rich people, and she's still rubbing shoulders with the same people that she's always ran with. So your styles and what you think and what you want, it becomes different, and you just separate. So that's what happens.
I'm another 6 months.
I'm an average person. I think about somebody I dated a couple of years ago. I've outgrown them.
Right.
And not saying I'm too good, but I'm like, why was I even over there dealing with that?
Definitely.
Thank you, Lord.
Dang,
You got to grow.
You know what I mean?
Everybody
My
has to
thing
grow.
is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What we got in comments, man?
Well, that's it on the dip to the lean this week, man.
He said, tell Tita the Cowboys got CD Lab out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, CD Lamb.
Yeah.
CD Lamb. Dude is a good wide receiver, man. And
Shout out to our
Cowboys needed him.
They needed it. They needed it.
bro. He's a Cowboy fan. I already told him the Cowboys whack. But you know.
I just hope they're not teasing us with all this draft picking and
Jason
everything
Witten
else, man.
left the Cowboys.
I mean, how we really gonna have football?
Right.
I'm hoping so, man. But I think it's gonna be so many people who's gonna have a naysay against it that are so in fear of. Oh, look at those large crowds. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Like, and the first sign of a player getting sick, he just might be sick, not COVID sick. If that sounds crazy to even say.
Right.
But people are gonna start tripping out. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
So
I don't know either, man. You're right.
how's it gonna like go back to normal? Of people bodies sweating on each other and tackling and crowds of people.
They're gonna make it flag football.
The thing that's gonna have to happen is
That's not gonna be fun for y'all to watch.
No, I ain't watching no flag football. I need
the
to tackle
vaccine,
someone.
man. It's not gonna go back to normal to the vaccines here.
And that's a scary thing, man. And that would probably talk long for that. Is mandating it to kids and adults for to buy, sell, and trade. Like,
Well, on a disease like this, they won't mandate it. You
It's
won't
kinda
have
like-
to. It'll be like the flu vaccine.
Flu vaccine.
It won't be
optional every
mandated
year.
like they would do something like polio.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, but
They're trying
this
to
one,
put it in the curriculum of immunizations.
it has to be there because what it does is if they can guess the right strain, they can keep the bug from spreading.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really only thing I know a lot of people are scared of vaccines, but only thing vaccines are your own antibodies that your body would build anyway to be able to fight this disease. And we're trying to give you those antibodies up front.
Look at that. You got advertisement.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah, man.
They're on
man.
them,
Check them out. 43.
Yeah, 43 right there, man.
Insane TV.
43 TV, man. We
What's
just
that the booty chick one?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
The cheeks-
you know,
the cheeks are nice.
Tita had to have that one closest to the camera.
No, I know, right?
Hey, I feel like she looked good.
I'm a butt man, so
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I do want to do a quick shout out to Stephanie Padilla and David Burns. You guys are always on our show.
they the best. Our number one
Man,
fans.
they
Number
always
one and two
are.
fans.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
who's
get
number
so
one.
entertained by their comments and stuff.
They Cowboy fans though.
Yeah,
you know?
but
Both of them?
Yeah.
he said both of them.
But we still love y'all though. We still love y'all.
Tita
though,
said that's
even
why
though
she
y'all
love
fans.
them is because they Cowboy
Yeah,
fans.
you know,
I
you
love
know.
regardless. It's just a little bit more.
If y'all still tuned in right now, like when we get our merchandise game going, we're gonna send y'all some free stuff.
Yeah, man. We definitely
As soon
gonna
as we
send you
get our
guys.
merchandise, we're gonna send
Yeah.
y'all something.
Let
We
me
love
get
y'all, man.
Something.
The quote of the day.
What's our quote of the day, Tita?
Okay.
Quote of the day is hustle until your haters ask if you're hiring.
Damn right. Damn right. Hey, but y'all hiring over there? Like, no, but
I like that, see.
that's real.
That's until your haters
little
ask if you
sarcasm.
hiring. Nah, hater, we ain't hiring.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah, we hiring. It's not you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the shit, man.
Definitely, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the
Definitely.
show.
Hey, man.
So,
Much love, dude. We love what you're doing, man. And like I said, you are inspiration out here, bro.
yeah, man. We're just trying to stay creative. I was ran up on my guy Rezi yesterday, and we brothers too. Before even the business thing, you know what I mean? Just ran up on him, see how he doing. You know what I mean? See what he working on. You know what I mean? Me and him got a new video dropping.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
Man, y'all
Okay,
working,
so we're
man.
just trying to stay consistent. I mean, like the quarantine time is like it really made us like realize like, hey, bro, let's get to work.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
gotta
Stay
make a good
creative.
decision. Yeah.
And everybody's at home watching.
Yep.
if you're not working right now, making new segments, new creativity, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Right,
You know what I mean?
man.
So,
we definitely had to come to our, we had to talk during this quarantine. Do we stop this show? We continue this show?
man.
We got to keep going,
watch.
man.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want to
man.
watch, man.
Yeah, man.
So we dropping a video. It's called Dogs.
Okay.
Me, Rezzy, and a kid named 3 a.m.
Next time y'all shoot a video, man, holler at us. We'll be
Yeah,
in the
man.
background. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Invisible guns. You know what I'm saying? Invisible guns.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
I know I look cool in the back.
so yeah, we're looking to drop that, and then of course summertime. I got a couple more records that I've been working on.
Definitely.
Okay.
Let us know, man. We can, shout y'all out and get y'all.
Yeah, we want to do one of them dope ass interviews.
Yeah.
Man.
Have y'all in here.
You know what I'm saying? Moving in slow motion.
Yeah, have you?
That they want to do. They never said like we wanted to.
I did not just say it. We.
Yeah.
I said, man,
So like, we want to come on that movie I rock. We will look good in the back.
She on y'all right now.
Man,
She's like, hold up.
And they want to be famous.
wanna-
They want to be famous.
We do that. And then we're like, nowhere there. They're like,
Say
it's
word.
like, hey, Tim, we should do that.
We should
And
do
I'm
that.
like, yeah, you
And we
guys
should
do
leave
that.
y'all at home.
Do
You're
that.
right.
Word.
So we would definitely for Channel 43 love to come back with the cameras.
Hey, man.
Do an interview with all four of y'all.
Yeah,
then
that
put
would
it in the magazine.
He's guaranteed to get.
Put it in the magazine and
man.
make a visual of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Definitely. Let us know, man. We can get
That
it
we
popping.
would be there.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Hey,
So,
man. Like I said,
This is
I've been supporting you.
yeah,
Watching
so-
you and
yeah, let's network, man.
Yeah, we
That's
gonna
all
get it
we're about.
popping,
Is
man.
Yeah,
networking
man.
and building good relationships,
Yeah,
good
man.
rapport with each other.
that's how you gotta do it. That's how you
Yeah.
do it. 'Cause
Make it
you,
happen.
you can't build, by yourself.
You can't
Nope.
win a championship by yourself. You
No,
can make the
man.
all-star team by yourself
right.
all day long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to really win a championship, you gotta teamwork and build with the right people. You know what I mean? Even that Jordan segment. You know what I mean? Without his right people, he even said it. I wouldn't have been up when I would.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And certain people. And so certain people you build relationships with that makes a strong movement.
That's
so
real, man.
Most
I just want
definitely.
to be a part of the movement.
Facts.
And we're gonna definitely make it happen, man.
Definitely.
Man, thank you for coming, boss man.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Wayward Kid. Shout out to Kiwi Juice
Bar.
Bar. Join Muhammad. Vote for Tim C. You already know. It's the DanYo&Tita podcast.
We out.
Holla, holla.
We out.